Hello, space fans, and welcome to a special Thanksgiving edition of Space Fan News. Huh? What do you think? Now, this week I thought I would do something different. This time in the United States is usually a period when we look at our lives and we sort of take stock of the things that we're grateful for and we give thanks for them. Well, this week I thought I would do that as a space fan. There are many things that have happened over the past year that I'm particularly grateful for with respect to space news, and so I thought I'd share a couple of them with you. Now, the first thing I'd like to share with you happened just today, by coincidence. NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center has announced that it has installed the first of 18 mirror segments that's going to go on the James Webb Space Telescope, and JWST is Hubble's successor. And in another bit of news, if you happen to watch our Future in Space Hangout last Friday with Alberto Conti and myself, we talked about the fact that they had also just finished deploying the wings of the JWST primary backplane. And that was pretty cool news too, I thought. But as Alberto pointed out, that's not the first time they've deployed it, but they are working it out in the Goddard Space Flight Center. Now, what's cool about this is if you want to see the progress of the construction of JWST, they have a live webcam that you can check out. I put the link to that in the description box below so you can go watch and see the status of this. Now, what I'm grateful about in this particular story is that JWST is being built at all. It is a huge international effort that is led by NASA, but also the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency are involved. And it's being built right now, all of it being assembled by Goddard. Now, the mirror segments are being built by Ball Aerospace, and Northrop Grumman is the primary contractor for the telescope itself, but it's all being put together in the clean room at Goddard Space Flight Center where I just told you about the link. And so I'm very grateful that they're building this telescope. It is an enormous, massive effort that will not only replace the Hubble Space Telescope, but it will also extend what it can see. It has roughly 7 times the light collecting area of Hubble. It will be able to see some of the very first stars and galaxies that have ever formed in the universe, and it will do it in the infrared wavelengths. Now, everybody I've talked to has said that the project is currently on schedule and on budget to be launched in October of 2018, and it'll be launched on an Ariane 5 rocket from French Guiana, and that's going to be a very exciting time. So that is the first thing I'm very grateful for. Now, the second bit of space news that I'm very grateful for is the Frontier Fields Survey. Now, this is an effort I'm very grateful for because it uses the Hubble in a very ingenious way. They are using galaxy clusters as a lens to make the Hubble Space Telescope more powerful and to be able to see objects that it otherwise wouldn't be powerful enough to see. Now, the galaxy clusters being observed by Hubble, and there are 6 of them in the Frontier Field Survey, are using the gravitational field of that cluster as a gravitational lens to focus the light, to collect the light and to focus it onto Hubble's detectors, allowing it to see things that otherwise would not be able to see. Now, what I'm most grateful for here is the fact that not only are they doing that, they're using this very clever science trick to make Hubble more powerful, but at the same time they're observing these galaxy clusters, they are also looking at something called a parallel field, which is just a blank spot in the sky right next to the galaxy cluster, and they're staring at it for a very long time, essentially making more deep fields. Now, the Hubble Deep Field, as you may be aware, was a picture of a very remote area of the sky where nothing appeared to be, no stars, no galaxies, no dust, no gas, nothing like that. And they stared at it for a very, very long time and saw an image filled with galaxies. Well, they're doing this 6 more times with the Frontier Fields at different parts of the sky itself. So I'm very grateful that they're doing that because anybody who knows me knows that I think the Hubble Deep Field is the most important image ever taken, and the Hubble Space Telescope is the most important instrument ever built. I don't think I'm overstating it at all by saying that. And finally, the space news thing that I am also grateful for has to do with something called the Dark Energy Survey. Now, this was an effort I was modestly involved with for a couple of years before coming to the Space Telescope Science Institute, and what they're doing is they've installed a 525 megapixel camera on the 4-meter Blanco telescope in Chile. And they're looking at 5,000 square degrees of sky over 525 nights, and they're going to be characterizing billions of galaxies in an attempt to try and understand dark energy and the effects dark energy might have on the expansion of the universe. Some of the questions they're trying to answer are, is dark energy the same everywhere? Is it the same throughout all of the history of the universe? And so they're trying to characterize some of the parameters of dark energy. And so I'm also very grateful that it's out there doing that. Now, I've put a link to that effort also in the description box below. And what about you guys? What are you space fans out there most grateful for or thankful for in the area of space news? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, and I hope you don't think I'm being corny by saying this, but I really do mean it, I'm grateful for all the support of space fans around the world who have supported Space Fan News. This has been an effort that was born out of love. I first started this a few years ago with the January AAS, and I've been doing it ever since. And it went away for a while, but now it's back. And all of you guys have been extremely supportive of this effort. And I want to thank you, and I'll let you know how grateful I am that you're also out there. Well, that's it for this week, Space Fans. Thank you for watching. And as always, keep looking up.